Maximal effort method. The maximal effort method is a conjugate system, which is exactly what you guys do. Okay? It's basically a series of a rotation of exercises. Okay? Remember we said that power is measured in time, it's not measured in weight, right? So when you look on this board, on Monday, for our Monday, week 1 we have squat, week 2 we have deadlift, week 3 we have good morning. Okay? Now, your squat goes up. If your deadlift goes up, your squat's going to go up. Your good morning goes up. It works the same muscle groups, similar muscle groups, in a different fashion underneath the same amount of time under tension. Okay? So we'll hit max squats, singles, max deadlifts. Good mornings, for safety purposes for our backs, we do not do any less than 3 reps. Okay? So basically we rotate those exercises because we're spending the same amount of time under tension in a deadlift that we will squat, or doing our good mornings that we will squat or a deadlift. It's going to cause all those to go up. Okay? We're not going to overtrain because we're not doing each of the movements. We're not doing a good morning max effort every week. We're not maxing on deadlift every week. We're not maxing on squat every week. Okay? In those squats, on our squat week, for you guys, a rotation of exercises. I'll just give you a simple, easy rotation. Front squats. Front squat with a safety squat bar. Front squats with bands. Front squats with chains. With a regular bar, you know, in a rack position, with a safety squat bar, with, if you've seen the harnesses where they hold them out a little bit in front of you, with one of those. So
the squat day is a good day, like when you come around to your week 1, or your day where you're going to do a squat, that'd be a day that you guys could do if you're like, I really need to test my overhead squat, or you know, any variation of squat that you guys do, like save it for that day that, on your max effort day, that it's a squat day.
Yep, so you hit a 1 rep max. So, like I said, overhead squat. It can be an overhead squat with kettlebells hanging from a bar. Okay, it can be a straight weight overhead squat. You can back squat. It can be a regular squat, a box squat, bands, chain, multiple bands. You could have, say, a strong band to the bar, and then put like the purple band or the light band over a plate so that you have more tension in the bottom. You can do that with a safety squat bar, a cambered squat bar, a regular bar, a bow bar. You can easily see how many different squats you could do. I mean, I could sit here and give you a whole year's worth of different squats, not having to do the same one twice.
That's the conjugate system. You can give yourself hundreds or thousands of different exercises just by changing the movement or the accommodating resistance. But invariably, when you come back to that movement, you will hit a PR. You'll be stronger, and that's for powerlifting. That's our meet day. That's when we test our squat. Like, we don't do a regular back squat just without a box or just straight weight until the day of the meet. But it always goes up, you know, unless, you know, things happen, you know, maybe someone cut weight or, you know, things like that. They can affect, you know, like they can make it so you don't hit your best squat in a competition. But this method, you know, our test day is our competition day.
Mm-hmm. For you guys, your testers during the week are your WODs. If your times improve, your training's on. Or if you're a competitive CrossFitter, then it would be your competitive events. You know, your WOD times are going to go, they're going to get faster, trust me. You're going to improve. It's going to, it'll blow your mind. What we do is in the off season, we rotate all kinds of different ones that we normally don't do. Okay? And then what we do is when she gets ready for a competition, we know which ones translate better for her sport. See, the other movements will keep her strong. Like, say, front squatting makes her strong, keeps her strong, but it might not necessarily translate over into the squat, her back squat for her leverages. So what we'll do is we'll do the stuff that doesn't translate as much in the off season to have fresh movements, to not have repetitive motion injuries by doing the same thing all the time, to get additional strengths and to let areas of the body recover from the abuse of training so heavy that we've done before. So then when we get into a competitive season before a meet, we know which exercises translate into her squat, bench, and deadlift going up, and then we move into those exercises, okay? Also, a great thing about a conjugate system is if I have a client come in and I can just see that they're off that day, like they're warming up, and I'm just like, eh, they're moving slow. You can see it. You know, you guys are coaches. You guys see some people like, oh man, they look on today, and you see other people and you go, yeah, they're not gonna have a good day today. Well, what I like to do is I give them an exercise they've never done before. Let them set a PR. I'm not gonna kick them while they're down, I wanna build them up. So then I'm gonna give them movement they've never done. They hit a PR, they're happy. They're probably gonna know they were off for the day. That's okay, but you're not rubbing it in their face. Your max is your max for that day. So I let them set a PR. Now, maybe a couple weeks later, you can see they're feeling good again, everything's back on par. Then I'm gonna take them to a movement that is either gonna translate to an event coming up, or if they have no events, I'm gonna take them to a personal record that I know is gonna mean something to them, you know, a lift that they've been wanting to beat and I know they're ready for it, and I'll take them to that and do that. So it's gonna be emotionally satisfying also. It makes you hungry to keep making improvement. Just like one of the beautiful things about CrossFit is it's designed, I don't know how many times I've heard people say, well, I'm not really a competitive person. I don't know if like the whole CrossFit thing would be for me. Well, there's a lot of people who are not competitive until a gun goes off. You know, until you say start. It's hilarious. You watch like the CrossFitters go, you know, a couple people like, oh, I'll try it out for today, but I'm not really a competitive person. And someone says go, and they're like blood and guts going at it. You know, they don't want to get beat. It's like, that's one of the beauties of CrossFit is it makes people perform at their max, which helps them get results very fast, okay? If you can implement the perfect emotional state as often as possible, that's just going to get better results, okay? I had a client that she came in, was bar bench about 185 with a shirt, and she was competitive for I think shy of 20 years. She like started in her early 20s, and she's 40 years old now, or so 41 years old. So she's almost 20 years of being competitive, okay? And she started off in a bench shirt. Anybody who knows a bench shirt, if you use them right, they can help you off the chest just a little bit so you can bench a little bit more. It's to protect your shoulders, because the tightness to protect your shoulders, it displaces weight over your chest. You know, people can adjust it and you'll get a little bit off your chest. So her best bench was 185 in a bench shirt in her, you know, late 20s. Okay, so now she's, you know, in her 40s. And she came in our gym and she trained with us for a year. She hit a PR in the gym every day for a year. And she ended up being a 300-pound raw bencher and broke a 25-year-old raw bench world record. The funny thing is she just wanted to get back into powerlifting. This is someone in her 20s, never broke a world record, never was like that top-level competitor. Now she's a world record holder in the bench, and hopefully in December she's going after a world record squat in our meet coming up. She's going after a world record raw squat. She was doing bench only for a long time. She just started doing squats, and she's right up there. So the system is good. But the thing is, what's great about it is how exciting is it that every time you go in a gym, like say every time you did a WOD at your CrossFit gym, that you had a faster time. You did better and better at it. You're starting to beat people that you didn't beat before. Or your whole team as a whole is way 30% better than they ever were. That makes it fun. But it built confidence, and she got built up. She expected to go in the gym and hit a PR every week. If you hit a PR every week for a year, what do you expect a year and 1 week later to hit a PR? It's a lot easier to get in the gym when you're getting results, right? So the system is set up really good for that. It's emotionally, it's a good thing. We don't like our lifters to miss, so on our max effort days, we pick numbers. We call it quits before they miss. Even that means even hitting a PR. You hit a PR and you're out. A lot of times the lifters say, oh, I have 20 more pounds than me. That's okay. You hit a PR, you're done. You hit a personal record, you're done. I don't like my lifters to miss. If they miss, 1 or 2 times a year is max, okay? If I take you in 6 months, you haven't missed a weight that I've picked out for you into a competition, and I tell you this is your numbers, well then you know you just have to execute your form and you'll hit it. My athletes believe me because they know that it's already a done deal. That's just how it is every week, right? It's very important. Laura had a competition just recently, and she, during training, didn't miss any lifts and was feeling great. She missed a couple lifts in the competition, and she's feeling real beat up right now. So you get beat up, higher chance of injury. It just doesn't bring anything good.